Doak Finch, thanks for taking the time. The associate head coach of men's swimming. Rob Clayton stepped aside this week so we can hear from you. And you've got quite the past. You were a swimmer at Virginia. You've been a coach at Virginia, Penn State, and Duke. Tell me how you came to the Air Force Academy.
So, actually, the story goes back and actually includes my brother. So my brother was a Academy grad, 2001, actually swam for Rob. So I've known about the Academy for a little while, tremendous respect for everything that they do. I've known Rob for a very long time, and the opportunity presented itself to come out here and join him and kind of enhance what he's doing. He does a tremendous job, and I took advantage of that. So came out first time west of the Mississippi. So I've been all East Coast and loving it so far. Absolutely beautiful mountain range. So much to do out here. But loving it so far.
Talk to me about, is there a difference? Have you seen a difference? I mean, because obviously this is a military academy. Now there's a couple of those back east as well. Maybe you've been there. But what are you seeing as far as differences between what you're used to in Division I athletics?
So the extra military component for the student athletes definitely adds to their time management. They have to have tremendous time management skills. They have to be really dedicated in what they're doing. Accountability, responsibility for their actions of their teammates, for the fellow cadets, off the charts. And so it's tremendous to see. I've never been in this environment, and to see it up close, working in person. I knew what it did for my brother, and for the person he became, the officer he became. And just blessed to be a part of it, and humble, and bring my experiences and my passion to help in the mission.
I've got to ask why your brother came here and you didn't.
Our swimming coach. The academy any academies were never on my list. It never came up, and we had a new swim coach come in my senior year, and I was already kind of in the recruiting process. So he kind of kept with the schools that I was looking at, but he made the suggestion of the academy for my brother, and my brother looked into it and found that it was the place for him, and
Having known Rob Clayton since that and hearing from your brother the experience of being coached by him, what can you tell us about the head coach at Air Force and what he's doing? Obviously, he's been quite successful here.
Tremendously knowledgeable, passionate, cares about the success of everybody that he comes in contact with. Not only for the time that they're here, for beyond. So many alumni that have come back in my short 3 months, including some of my brother's teammates, and the care for helping people find their way, being successful, and living fruitful lives, and kind of all the values of the Air Force. So integrity, service, and excellence.
The numbers have been down for Air Force men's swimming. This past weekend, though, you guys really poured it on against Grand Canyon. What was your take as you're watching kind of this season unfold in front of you?
So it's very much been a building process. So from when we got everybody together after basics, starting the semester, to the first meet through the other meets, and so we're a very young team. There's some growing pains. But we have some tremendous leadership in our captains, Joe Moore and Tommy Nagel, and we're continuing to build and continue to focus on what we need to do to get better every single week, and that success will eventually show up. So the team is very focused, and they're striving for excellence every single day, and we're looking forward to our midseason meet next week.
Is there something that you saw or have seen throughout this season that you think maybe you can put a little bit of your take on it? Something that what would you say that you do maybe that complements Rob well?
So we move around a lot. Swimming is my passion, and I love being a problem solver. So I look at someone's stroke, and I do my best to figure out what's working, what's not, and the best path. Because when you make a change in swimming, it's kind of like a chain reaction or a domino effect. There are other changes, and then also it's helping the swimmers figure out and find and feel what's happening in the water. And everybody feels something different. different. So trying different things, whether they be correct or incorrect, just to get the feeling of what they need to do. And my passion is breaking down strokes and figuring out, because everybody's stroke is unique, and figuring out what works for them, what's most efficient for them, depending on how they swim, their physiology. So that is well, that's what I love to do. So yeah.
Final question I have for you. Obviously, I think it's a week off before you have the big meet. Am I correct in saying that? And if not, you can correct me. But what are you going to do? What are we working on this week?
So so we leave for Texas A&M in a week. So and then we swim Wednesday through Friday for next week. So right now it's a lot of sharpening up. The fine details, hitting all the energy zones, getting a little bit of rest, and that rest will come in a little bit later on in the week, and then just preparing them to swim fast. Yeah.
Doak Finch, it's been a pleasure. Nice to meet you. Congratulations on being here, and good luck when you head that way in a couple of weeks.
Thank you so much. It's a blast being here. I look forward to many years.